Coach, just overall, just the bounce back, after a 5-game win streak, what did you see, especially in that second half where, you guys are trailing for a bit and had to come back?
Yeah, tough game. Thought their pressure took us out of our rhythm offensively for a little bit, but I thought our group just stayed together and kind of weathered the storm, with our ball movement, with our talk, and with our level of compete. And so I thought down the stretch it wasn't pretty, but that stuff helped us get over the hump.
And doing that, I feel like Dillon Jones had a lot to do with it. Whether it's defense, whether it's just ball distribution, getting everyone involved. It's a couple of rah-rah moments, kind of getting everyone, keeping everyone in the focus, I should say. What did you see out of him in particular?
Yeah, I thought he had a great level of compete. I think he stays where his feet are. He's always in the moment. And he has a great temperament for the ups and downs of the game. He just kind of stays even keel, which gives the group confidence, to not waver. So I thought he did a great job of that. And then his impact, he can do that in a lot of ways. He rebounded the ball really well. He passed it really well. And then he picked the spots where he found some opportunities to score. And then defensively, he used them all over the floor. He guarded the fives, he guarded Trey Burke a little bit, so he had his fingerprints all over the game for sure.
What did you think of Buddy Boeheim? I mean, he really started heating up in that second half. I mean, sure, to get those shots to fall is impressive, but what did you make of his off-the-ball movements and just getting himself available for those shots?
Yeah, he knows what he's good at. He knows how to find himself shots. He knows how to find space. The thing I love about Buddy is he's a great professional. We've started him, we brought him off the bench. He's played 40 minutes in a game. He's played 25, and we're only 10 games in or however many. So he's a great professional. He keeps himself ready. He's another guy similar to Dillon that his temperament never really wavers with the game. He keeps himself, I always say, at zero, just 0 and 0. He keeps himself there, and it gives us confidence. And then he really helps us offensively with his ability to space the floor and make guys either stick to him or he bangs in shots. And so he adds a lot of that variety to us.
What did you make of those last couple possessions? I mean, leading up to that big three, which obviously created the separation you guys needed to sort of seal the game, but in the sense of the turnovers, when it's a 1-point game, like, what were you telling those guys, especially in that last timeout where it was such a big possession going into it?
Yeah, those ones are obviously highlighted. Those are the winning time possessions. It's a 48-minute game, but late in the games, physicality goes up a little bit, and you got to really execute. And I didn't think we did a great job of that in this game. So the challenge for us is not accepting the W and getting ourselves back to 0 and understanding there's a lot of areas we can grow in. That's one of them. There's plenty more throughout the game that we just have to try to be a better team the next time we step out there.
What do you think in terms of another facet of the game that maybe you didn't see on Monday in the loss? Is this something that you would say they surprised you or they improved upon? And what would that be?
I think we've always been a group that competes really hard and is really together. We stay together no matter who's on the floor. I think that area is still growing as we've been injured. So as guys have come back and Dillon Jones is assigned, and you have different lineups out there with each other, I think there's a level of learning to play with each other. There are new guys out there, so I thought that happened a little bit in the first. We just were making some plays that were unfamiliar, but like I said, the positive is the stuff that we've been, which is a hard competing team, a together team, kind of rallied us through some of the negative moments that you talked about and helped us make enough plays to win the game.
Right, absolutely. And then finally, Coach, just in terms of the shot selection and 3-point shots, because when they're falling, it's amazing. But when they're not, how do you find that balance? Do you say something? Do you let them play things out? How did it go for you in that second half?
Yeah, I think we're always going to be a team that shoots a lot of threes. We have a lot of guys who can make them. For us, it's about paint touches, generating those off of paint touches, generating those off of pace. And then generating those off of multiple actions. If those things are happening, then you're naturally going to have ups and downs in the game. But I thought, like I said, we're going to be a team that gets a lot of them up. For us, it's about finding the right ones, and I think we've done a good job of that up to this point in the season, but it's always going to be a work in progress.
Absolutely. Hey, Coach, appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Have a good night.
Thanks, guys.